Buying or selling a home is a really big decision, and there's a lot more to it than just a for sale sign in the yard. Today, we are talking with B. Metz, who has taken nearly 4 decades of experience and put it all into the Metz Group. We're getting to know the story behind the business and how she's creating a real estate company focused on helping people see the whole entire picture. We love when B. Metz joins us today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It has been a little bit of a minute since you've been on, but you've actually done some really big things. You got your broker's license. Congratulations.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was excited to finally get through all those courses and get my broker's license in June. And so, yes, I've been busy trying to get everything reorganized, and now I'm back.
Yes, we love to see it. So the Metz Group, I mean, you do a little bit of everything, and whether you're a first-time home buyer or this is your 100th property, you are there along every single way. Why did you want to get into real estate?
Well, I actually started out in my career actually in the mortgage business, and then I met my husband, and he was in construction, a contractor, and it just kind of felt like eventually I ended up being in the title work and just had already worked several aspects of the industry, and Bruce just felt like being a real estate agent would just be my cup of tea. So I actually went ahead and got my real estate license a long time ago.
Yeah.
And my old boss at Countrywide, when I worked in the mortgage business, actually had his own place. So I hung my license with him. And over the years, Bruce encouraged me to get my broker's license. And so once he passed away, it was something I decided I really wanted to do in his honor.
Yes, and I love that you wanted to do it in his honor. I know this is so hard for you to talk about, but if he was here, he would just be so proud of not only just the business, but your sons are also involved in real estate as well.
Yeah, they are.
And they do a lot of like remodeling as well. And I love that you really want everyone that you work with to really see the whole entire picture. So what does that really mean to you?
It's really important for me and for our whole team. My sons do work for me, and I love that because one of them is a contractor, so he always has that same expertise and that mindset that his dad had. So it's like I still have a little bit of my husband here that like help me along the way.
Yeah.
And then my younger son Christopher is great at the technology and the negotiations and things like that. But when when we have a client come in and we're taking them under our wing per se, I try to treat them just like I would my own family, or that I would want my family to be treated. So I feel like it's really important that and I feel like it really helps us because we do understand the whole process. Like I understand the mortgage industry, and we understand the construction side of things. And, like a lot of people walk in a house and because they've flipped it or whatever, it might look really nice, but there might be some issues with the bones of the property. And I feel like because we have come from that side of the industry that we can kind of see that and help people make smart decisions. We just don't want to sell a house to somebody. We want it to be a lifelong investment for them. And so that's important to me. And then again, like even the title side, people think that that's not important, but it's really, really important. Mm-hmm. And, I understand that aspect of it where people like it might be in an estate situation or a bankruptcy situation or something like that. I understand how that process is going to work and what it's going to look like for potentially our buyer or our seller. If a seller says, "Oh yeah, this was my grandparents' house, but we're selling it," or my parents' house, but we're selling it. There's lots of questions that you need to ask before you can actually put that on the market, and a lot of people don't even understand all those different steps along the way. So I feel like we bring a little bit of extra positivity to the table than other possible real estate companies do. And I feel like it gives our clients a comfort to know that they have somebody that actually has been in every aspect of the industry.
100%. I mean, this is like the biggest investment you can make, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of decisions that go through it. I mean, I know firsthand, being a first-time home buyer, the amount of steps, and it's so important to have a team that's going to be on your side, that's going to advocate for you. So whether you are in that new build process or you bought a home, there's so many different things along the way. So, looking at the landscape of the Louisville market right now, so crazy.
Yeah.
Things come and go so quick. And what would you how would you really describe the Louisville market in its state right now?
I think it's actually pretty steady. I'd say that it's not as much a seller's market anymore as it was. Buyers probably have a little bit more negotiations available to them. And, you know, I say that, and then one house on the street might sit for a while, and the next house is getting a bidding war. So it's really just kind of up in the air. I mean, at this point, it really is important that you have a real estate agent that's working with you that understands the market in general. If you're a seller, I can't stress how important it is that you are listening to your real estate agent as to what you need to do to the property before you put it on the market, and where you need to actually price it, because that's so important. If you're really ready to sell and you want your house to move, listening to your real estate agent, whether it be us at Metz Group or any one of our fellow agents out there in the city, it's so important, because if you want it to move, the most looks that somebody gets on their house typically is within the first 10 days.
Yep.
So it's really important that you actually listen to what your real estate agent is telling you, so that you can get your house on the market and get it moved.
Yeah, and I've seen so many homes get relisted so many times, and it's probably because they didn't listen the first time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Sometimes it is. Yeah.
Yes, and so when you look at Metz Group today, so much that you have built, so much Bruce also built with you as well. You know, what are you most excited about for the future?
I think just watching us expand. You know, I don't want to be the biggest place out there, but I want to build a team that's going to be there for the community. You know, it's not anymore about just, you know, finding a buyer and helping them buy a property. I mean, real estate is, you know, finding homes, technology, working through contracts and working through negotiations. And I just want the community to know that that's what we're there for. We're building a team that can help you through every aspect of the process.
I love it. From buying to selling to being a first-time home buyer, or, you know, continuously buying properties. You're also an agent in Florida too, so if you want that vacation home, she's got your back as well. But B, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. So if you're interested in learning more, getting in touch with B and her team, just head over to metzregroup.com.